Hi, my name is Jeremy Tucker, and I'm the Director of Arts Education for Durham Public Schools. We're so lucky to have so many strong partnerships with many arts organizations throughout the Triangle. On today's segment of Partner Talks, we will speak with Jason Spencer, the Director of Education for the North Carolina Symphony. The North Carolina Symphony conducts one of the most extensive education programs of any U.S. orchestra, and Durham Public Schools is lucky to be a partner with them. Welcome, Jason, and thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, Jeremy.
Yeah, we're excited to hear about the incredible programs that Durham Public Schools students have access to with the North Carolina Symphony. First, I got to tell you guys a little bit about Jason. Jason oversees the planning and administration of more than 120 education programs and activities around the state each year. Additionally, he works close with music teachers and arts leaders across the state to ensure that programming and lessons align with the North Carolina Standard Course of Study. Prior to joining the North Carolina Symphony, he served as general manager of the American Youth Philharmonic Orchestras in Washington, D.C. A native of North Carolina, he holds degrees in clarinet performance from UNC Greensboro and the University of Michigan. So, Jason, we know that North Carolina Symphony has a rich history of supporting all North Carolina public schools. Why don't you tell us just a little bit about the North Carolina Symphony?
So in the 1940s, the North Carolina Symphony established its Children's Concert Division, which provided an opportunity for elementary students across the state to hear the North Carolina Symphony and hear an orchestra for the very first time. We call these kids Symphony Kids, and I know there's thousands of them across the state right now and all over the world.
Yeah, and Jason, I just have to say two things. First, I'm a symphony kid. I remember experiencing the symphony in fourth grade and playing the recorder with my general music teacher. And I think what's important for our stakeholders out there to know is that all of our fourth grade or fifth grade students have access every year in Durham to attend the symphony at Maimandi Concert Hall in downtown Raleigh. And that's a big deal. This year looks so different because of COVID. So why don't you tell us a little bit about how you guys are kind of widening your impact and providing even more access to more children this year during COVID?
Yeah, it was really interesting, as with all arts organizations in March when everything was shut down, we immediately faced the question of what's next? What do we do next? So in March, we immediately pivoted to offering a digital education concert. This is a video that's available on YouTube of the full orchestra. We were fortunate to record the full orchestra education concert a few years ago, so we immediately made that available to teachers and students across the world, and it's been viewed thousands of times by students and teachers. And we paired with it some lessons, classroom activities that could be paired and adapted specifically for parents to use at home. So we were fortunate to have that available for teachers across the state and again across the country. And now moving ahead, we are adapting all of our programs to be virtual. That includes our pre-K music discovery program, our education concert, which is now virtual and digital, our workshops for middle and high school students. So we're trying to make everything available and adapting it to be virtual during this time, of uncertainty and virtual learning. And we're have some new ideas coming forward too that I'd be happy to share a little bit later.
Yeah, I love that you guys are still having the opportunity for kids to go to the symphony. And I think what's important also is that they're not just going to watch a show virtually. They're actually studying the music and studying the context in which the music was composed, which aligns with our North Carolina standards prior to going to the virtual symphony concert now. So I want to ask you about another exciting program that you guys are kind of kicking off, and that is Adopt a School. Why don't you tell us what that is going to enable our students and teachers?
Yeah, so our new Adopt a School program, the application launched early in October. This is a program that's designed to foster the relationship between our musicians and students and teachers across the state. It is a program that's open to any school in the state, and we're thrilled to see so many applications. Basically, individual musicians will be paired with teachers to serve as a mentor and a resource throughout the school year. So that could be a musician pops into an elementary classroom and introduces the violin or the cello or the trumpet, or it can be a trumpet workshop or class with middle or high school students at Jordan High School or any of the high schools or middle schools in Durham County. We're really opening it up to K-12 teachers across the state, and we're excited to launch this program and see the enthusiasm coming in from teachers all over.
Yeah, I know that a lot of our Durham elementary teachers and orchestra teachers have applied. And so I know that they are on pins and needles waiting to see if they're going to be adopted with and have that program for their students this year. So we're excited to know.
Yeah,
Jason.
and one thing I'll add is that the application deadline was in October, but we're continuing to accept applications on a rolling basis. So if there are any teachers that would still like to apply, they're welcome to visit our website, ncsymphony.org/education, for the application and to be considered for this outstanding opportunity.
How much is the application fee?
There is no application fee. Excellent question. All you have to do is go to our website, fill out the application, which is very simple. We just want to know some basic information about your school, if you're a Title I school, if you're an A+ school, how many years you've been teaching, and just share a little bit about why this program would be beneficial for you and your students.
That's great. So I know that there's another program that we are excited to learn more about, and that's called meditative music. We're in a time where the needs of our students, the social and emotional needs right now are actually a bit more important than their academic needs. And we know that music is a vehicle to help touch and help kids respond socially and emotionally. So tell us a little bit about meditative music.
Yes, this is a program we're really excited to launch later in the winter. This is a program really to provide an opportunity for all students and all grade levels, an opportunity to devote 4 to 5 minutes of each school day to music, and specifically music being performed by your North Carolina Symphony. We will make available excerpts from the North Carolina Symphony, along with some other helpful activities or supplemental materials to guide you as you go along on this musical meditation in your classroom. And we're hoping that each school can start each day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, with 5 minutes of musical meditation with your North Carolina Symphony, really just to connect with the music and feel the energy and the excitement and just release that tension, because there's a lot of stress right now. And we're hoping that, listening to the North Carolina Symphony will provide a brief takeaway from the outside world and really connect with your breath and your body and your awareness, and really just connect through this beautiful music.
I think it's so important that our students learn how to cope with outside factors in their life at an early age, and they're learning with their North Carolina Symphony, which is 20 minutes down the road. And I think that's really special, and that's not something that happens in other states or in other school systems. So encouraging all of our Durham public schools to apply for this opportunity when that application comes out. So Jason, if we're a student or a teacher or a principal out there listening, can you tell us how we can learn more about the education programs that the North Carolina Symphony is offering?
Sure. Well, most of our information, all of our programs for elementary, middle, and high school students can be found on our website, ncsymphony.org/education. There you'll find information about our music discovery program for pre-K and through second grade students. You'll see information about our digital education concert primarily for elementary students, grades 3 to 5. And also our tune-up workshop series for middle and high school students, along with other opportunities and programs, including our Music Educator Awards, and some other new programs we have coming up later this school year.
Great. And we want to have some Durham Public Schools teachers nominated for those Music Educator Awards for
Absolutely.
sure. Well, thank you so much, Jason, for being here. You are offering a wealth of resources to our teachers and our students. Thank you, Jason, so much for your support.
Great. Thank you, Jeremy.